So, what have I been up to since the last time I told you what I've been up to? Well, we have a couple of finished kits, although you were just going to gloss over these because they're going to get their own dedicated videos very, very shortly. We have a few work in progress, and we have a few kits that I'm about to embark on, one of which I'm very, very excited about. The finished kits, as I say, they'll get their own video in the very, very near future. We have the Tamiya 1/32 scale Mosquito, which was built for the Kitmaker Network. That one's done and dusted. Man, that was a kit and a half. And we also have the Revell 1/32 scale Focke-Wulf 190 f8, which was built for Revell, by Revell. No, by me, for Revell. Yeah. So as I say, they'll get their own separate videos, so just little sneak peeks there. As for the work in progress, as you can see the Sherman tank here on its plate. This is a group build for the Scottish National Scale Model Show, which takes place late next month. And if you remember, we had our table set up at the Scale Model World last year, which was based on the British TV show, the Great British Bake Off, which is a cookery programme, and we called it the Great British Make Off, and we had kits on plates. We each have 3 plates to fill. A little plate which has the little Kitty Hawk on it, another plate this size which has our 1/48th British Aerospace Hawk, and then the back plate, which last year it was our own chosen kit, as it were, but this year we thought, you know, just to keep everything uniform, we'll have yet another group build, but this time we'll give the armour, the ground effect builders a turn. So it was decided, but nice familiar thick shape that, you know, we're all used to, as it were, so we went for 1/35 scale Sherman tanks. Now the one I chose was this US Marines one, which was in Iwo Jima, which has the wading kit and everything, so I just thought that'd be quite nice. So I'm actually going to, I'm just waiting on it, as in fact the postman has just come and I was kind of hoping it would have been there. Vallejo water effect stuff, so this is actually going to look like the tank's about to go into some water, as it were. I've never done water before, so that should be interesting. The only thing is I'm going to have it coming up around the track, so it's going to make the tank a very much integral part of that diorama, which is on the plate. But, so what. But, you know, I've been having quite a bit of fun with this. It didn't take long to build, obviously, being a tank. It took about 5 minutes. And I've no idea if I'm weathering this thing correctly, but I'm having fun. And you know what? Bottom line, that's the main thing. So that's one work in progress. Well, the tank's pretty much finished. I'm doing the finishing touches to the weathering, but it's the diorama. I'm going to have lots of sort of grasses and things. I mean, it's not going to look just like that. In fact, when I got the grass out, I thought, geez, it looks like something fell off of Donald Trump's head. But so yeah, quite looking forward to trying the water. No idea how that's going to turn out. I've watched a few tutorials on YouTube, so fingers crossed. Also, we have the tan model Thunder Flash, which is looking pretty much like a Thunder Flash. All the glass work's on. I'm just waiting to put the horizontal stabilizers on, and then I'll get it masked and painted in the colour scheme of a Hellenic Air Force. I'm going to go for that one, the 3-tone camouflage, the 2 greens and the, well, it's tan, I think. And I'm going to, I suppose, employing some artistic license, but I'm going to try and weather it like you see the big Corsairs from the Greek Air Force, and I think there's some of their Phantoms and F5s as well. It's just this incredibly faded paintwork with some staining around the panel lines. I think it's actually the aircraft have been hosed down and they're drying off, and that's what it looks like. It looks like they're wet along the panel lines, but very, very faded paintwork. Absolutely manky undersides. I haven't seen any pictures of Thunder Flashes in the Hellenic Air Force that look like that, so as I say, a little bit of artistic license being used here. But we should be getting to that soon, once I get the, as I say, all the clear parts masked, because you've got all the windows for the camera bays. As of yet, Edward don't do a mask for this, so there is a mask set made. I can't remember who makes it, but neither Edward or Montex make a mask for this one, so I might have to just bite the bullet and do it myself if I can find out, unless I can find out who it is that does the mask. But anyway, so Thunder Flash looking very Thunder Flashy. Now, the fastest hunking junk in the galaxy, courtesy of Bandai, is looking pretty much like a Corellian freighter at the moment. Seriously, if Bandai ever decided to turn their hand to making World War II or military aircraft, they would wipe the floor. They would just clean up. They would corner the market. The way this thing went together, it wasn't a snap fit, it was more like a push fit. When you locate a part, and it's quite tight, so it's basically friction that's holding. I mean, I have actually glued it, but I didn't have to. The precision and just the wondrous nature of the way the whole thing goes together, I've never seen anything like this. It is absolutely fantastic. And as I say, if Bandai just decided to start bringing out Spitfires and Messerschmitts, that would be bad news for a lot of the current manufacturers, I tell you. It's been painted in its beige. It was quite a revelation actually when I was researching colours for the Falcon. Apparently it is a very, very light off-white beige. Who would have thought that the coolest ship in the galaxy is beige? But anyway, so I'm just about to start on the really fun part with this one, which is all the weathering and everything. I may have mentioned this before, but I'm not lighting this one because it's going to be in a sort of a static display, depicted as it were as we first saw it in the movie, that is, the junkyard in Jakku, you know, where she says, "That one's garbage," and then her quad jumper explodes and she says, "The garbage will do," and the camera pans and we hear a bit of the Star Wars music that we're all familiar with, and it's da-na, it's the Falcon. Or should I say da-na, na, da-na, na. Anyway, you get the drift. So anyway, the engines and everything are in place and they're all cold and dark. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do realistic looking 1/44th scale cloths to drape all over it, and do a little bit of scratch building as well for all the little anchor things that surrounded it. Right, as for new kits, we've got the MiG-29 Fulcrum from Great Wall Hobby, yeah, and also which is 1/48th scale, and getting back to 1/32nd scale again, the Hasegawa Ki 61, not Ki 61 as I was incorrectly stating. I can't remember how to pronounce this either. Hien, or the Tony as its the allied name is, the Japanese fighter, which was very kindly given to me by Stefan, and I'm quite looking forward to doing that one. I'm going to do it in the green scheme that is depicted in the box art with that kind of mottled, splodgy type camouflage, the green against the bare metal silver with the yellow leading edges, and there's the red tail and everything. And I just find that one's a bit too colourful looking, a bit toyish looking. But one of the options in the box is for an all-over, well, not an all-over, a top green scheme, which I'm going to do with the chipping. I've been dying to do a 1/32nd scale Japanese aircraft, heavily chipped. Now the thing is, I don't know if the 61 ever got to that stage, because I think it was quite late in the war, wasn't it? Its entry into the war. So I don't know if they ever got battered about enough to be that badly chipped, but like the Thunder Flash, I'm going to employ some artistic license, and I'm going to damn well do that. This is the one that I'm really, really, really excited about. And this is something I've been wanting to do for ages. I kind of started doing it with that Caudron Racer. Remember I said I was going to steampunk it and everything. And it's, like so many of my projects, it's just, well, it's not gathering dust because it's still in the cupboard. But I saw this little short film called The Ocean Maker. It's a little CGI film that came out, I think it was it not last year, but 2014. And it depicts a world, a post-apocalyptic world, where all the oceans and everything have dried up, and it's all desert and barren, and what few humans are left are scrabbling about trying to find water. And the hero of the little film, she flies one of these, a Grumman Mohawk, but being the future, it's Mad Max but with aircraft basically. She has a top wing fitted to hers which looks like it's a PBY Catalina top wing, but whoever built the CGI models got some scaling wrong, because it just extends beyond the wings of the Mohawk. I've found out what the wingspan of the 1/72nd Catalina is, and it overhangs the wings of the Mohawk by what looks about the same as the one in the little film. So I've got it on its way, which is really annoying because I actually had one and sold it at a show. Is a 1/72nd PBY Catalina, which I'm going to take the top wing and stick it onto this, and do this one as it is in the little movie. So I've managed that you can actually buy the film. It's like $2, $1.99, and in doing so you get access to all the special features. You buy it online, buy it through Vimeo, or Vimeo, or however you pronounce it. But you're able to then download the entire film, and then you watch the special features via Vimeo or whatever. But having the film has enabled me to stick it into my, well, you can take screenshots off your computer, but you can stick it into your editing software and, you know, take screenshots that way, so that I have a kind of a visual record of what the thing looks like from various angles. So I'm really eager to get going with this. As I say, this is the sort of thing I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've just never had the courage to just take a kit that I've spent money on and just, you know, go to town on it, basically. And I'll see how much fun I'll have with this, because I might start doing some of the other ones. Just, I don't know, it's just, to me it feels like fun. You know, just making things up as you go along almost. So that's what we've got planned. That, and that, and that, and we've got that, and my god, so much stuff gone and go. It's like, and there's the Heracles, and but anyway, it's not like I'm trying to cure cancer here, is it? I'm just making models. So anyway, look out for videos for the excuse me. The wife. Hello? Hello? Uh-huh. Okie dokie. Bye. 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 What was I saying? Oh yeah. Bye.